3. Shabbat, Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם, ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, עוד היא לעולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, עוד היא לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת, שבת, ויהי נפל.
Inclusivity. It's in our DNA here at Congregation Micah. What does it really mean? It's our policy and practice of providing equal access to opportunities and resources for all people, especially those who might be otherwise excluded or marginalized. It's why we welcome those who intermarry and treat all people with equal worth, regardless of their color, economic status, appearance, and/or sexual orientation.
It's also why we provide aid in our schools for different types of learners. History is a constant reminder of what it was like for Jews to be sidelined, ostracized, and targeted for hate. And our namesake, the prophet Micah, teaches us to seek justice, love mercy, and march humbly. So Nashville's Jewish community is showing its support for the LGBTQ community at Nashville Pride 2022. We will have a booth at the festival, and for the first time since COVID, we will be marching in the parade.
Join us, Congregation Micah, Saturday, June 25th at 10 a.m. at the Bicentennial Capitol Mall State Park. Miss Lisa Silver, we are forever grateful for you, and we will continue to sing your praises and feel your presence, and we wish you nothing but goodness and compassion on your way. Your name will forever be exalted, certainly here at Congregation Micah. We love you, and we'll miss you.
And we will sing your praises, for our lives are in your hand. Our souls are in your keeping. On your solid rock we stand. For the signs of your presence we encounter every day. For your goodness and compassion as you lead us on our way. For your wondrous gifts at all times, morning, noon, and night. For all these things, O sovereign God, let your name forever be exalted and blessed. Let your name forever be exalted and blessed.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. On Shabbat, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. On Shabbat, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
Shiru Ladonai, Shiru, Shiru, Shir Hadash, Shir Hadash, Shiru, Shiru Ladonai, Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Haaretz. Let the heavens rejoice, and the earth exult, Let the sea and all within it thunder. Sing to Adonai a brand new song. Sing praises for all God's wonders. Shiru, Shiru, Ladonai, Shiru, Shiru, Shir Hadash, Shir Hadash, Shiru, Shiru, Ladonai, Kol Haaretz. Let every voice make a joyful noise to God's glory among the nations. With the rivers and trees, we clap our hands. A magnificent celebration. Shiru, Shiru, Ladonai, Shiru, Shiru, Shir Hadash, Shir Hadash, Shiru, Shiru, Ladonai, Kol, one more time, Haaretz. Shiru, Shiru, Ladonai, Shiru, Shiru, Shir Hadash, Shir Hadash, Shiru, Shiru, Ladonai, Kol Haaretz.
Shabbat Shalom. Wow, that sounded really good. I do have some breaking news, and the breaking news is that it's not actually Lisa's last service. We're just going to tell you that every week until some undisclosed time when it will actually be her last service. So we're glad you came tonight. You'll have to come back next Friday.
I'm gonna look a lot different next Friday.
It's called Pajama Shabbat. No, okay. Well, yeah, enough with the breaking news, I would say. So let's get into Shabbat. I think we could all use a little Shabbat, and I would like to invite Dr. Sherry Barkin to come light our Shabbat candles this evening. This is the evening, the Shabbat of saying goodbye. Dr. Barkin is leaving us, only physically.
La 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav B'tzivanu l'hadlik ner B'tzivanu l'hadlik ner B'tzivanu l'hadlik ner Shel Shabbat Yai la 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 Yai la 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 Yai la 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 Yai la 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 la
Here's what I think we're going to do. I think, because you Jews do this, when someone puts out one light, we just light another. And I think it's the perfect Shabbat for that, don't you? I do. What do you want to sing next, Miss Lisa?
Well, how about Shalom Aleichem,
Let's
Rabbi,
do
right?
it.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyonim, Melech Malachei Hamlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyonim, Melech Malachei Hamlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyonim, Melech Malachei Hamlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Koachem Shalom, Malachei Hasharon, Malachei Elyonim, Melech Malachei Hamlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Koachem Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyonim, Melech Malachei Hamlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyonim,
invite you to please rise.
Yitkara v'yitkara shamei rabba. Ba'ahama divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chai echon v'yom echon uv'chai echol beit Yisrael. Bagala uvizman kari v'imeru. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mavorach Le'olam Ul'almei Almaya Yitbarach Yitbarach v'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei V'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal Shemei Dekudesha Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Damiran belma v'imeru.
Amen.
Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
So, as a way to center ourselves for the prayer of Shema, of oneness, our central prayer, with Shabbat here, finally, so needed, let's remind ourselves, because I think reminding is going to be really important, of three things. One, that our Jewish texts tell us that saving lives is always the number one priority, that we will keep fighting to prioritize the health and safety of people who make life. Two, that Jewish laws are based on the idea that a lot of small action will lead to big change. And three, that we live by the Mishnaic quote, "The work is not yours to complete, but neither are you free to desist from it." We are playing the long game. Playing the long game means that our justice work must be sustainable. We cannot choose to check out, and we need to rest. So I invite you to close your eyes as we hear the power of each other's voice, feel the collective communal spirit and possibility with the words of the Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
keep the strength of our voices going with the chanting of the words of Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Judaism, as Rabbi Flip always says, is the conversation about what Judaism is about. And God is an idea. God is the idea that we are all interconnected and we are meant to love each other. And so all of the commandments bring us back to that core concept, the reminder that we are all connected, that what I say or do affects you and your actions affect me, and ultimately we are meant to love each other. Love your God. Love the idea that we are meant to love each other with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work. Whether you are tired or you are rested, let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are the reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God, the idea that we are meant to love each other. I am that idea, Adonai. I, the idea that we are meant to love each other, led you to leave Egypt in pursuit of this ideal. I am the idea that we are meant to love each other. Warmed up. So I want to just take a moment because We like to do this on Shabbat, and I think we could use it tonight. I can't move. I think we don't have batteries, so I'm going to stand right here. All right. I know, Rabbi Flip's upset that I don't have batteries in the microphone. I'm sorry, don't fire me, Rabbi Flip. Okay, so we're going to share really good things that have happened to us since we were last together one Shabbat ago. All right, this is called Good News. We're bringing the good news. It's the Jewish version of good news. Sandy? That's amazing! Congratulations. Boy or girl, or both? Just one, okay. Okay. Congratulations. Do we have a name? Good. You say it a few times so you don't forget. It's good to know the name. It's excellent. Eleanor Renee, may she have a long and healthy life and bring you much joy. Other good, wonderful things. Yes, Amy.
Our kids are both at camp finally, and we can pretend we're newlyweds again.
Hey, that's key. I love it. And they're at camp for how much longer?
A week. 9 days.
I'm really sorry. You guys are good sports. They went to camp, they got COVID, came home, they went to camp, okay. Right.
It's all good.
You guys are the best. This too shall pass. Gam ze ya'avor. There you go. Other good thing. Yes, hi.
I had a birthday.
You had a birthday. Congratulations. Is it today?
No, it was within the last week.
All right, well, happy belated. And how's the new house?
Good. Moving in this weekend.
Okay, excellent, exciting, I love it. Hi, Josh and Andrea.
So we just moved to Nashville yesterday.
All right. That's very helpful since you start work a week from today. Okay. We're glad to have you. Welcome to Nashville. And your birthday's tomorrow? Oh, that's so nice. Okay, I love that. And Natalie, your birthday's tomorrow? Ah, happy birthday. Phenomenal. I love all the birthday energy. Yes, hello. Oh. Very nice. Hello, Hillers, and welcome home. Okay, these are such good things. What else do we have? Anything? You have what?
This is the first time back in a long time I'm talking to God again.
Oh, that's so nice.
And I was going to say, I did not. Hello, David Hiller. I didn't recognize you. It's so good to see you. It's been a really long time.
Oh,
Oh, thank you. I'm glad.
I thought it was me, but that's totally fine. It's totally fine. Oh, okay. Hello, yes.
I had the good fortune to run into Julie Greenberg at Trader Joe's.
Her home away from home, yes. And she told you?
She alerted me that this was time for Lisa.
Oh,
So the roots are deep, starting with Dan Nickel a long, long time ago. But Lisa, the centering of your voice, the articulation of the concept that we all appreciate deeply is in my heart forever, and I'm so happy that I have the chance to meet you.
Don't make me cry, or I won't be able to sing.
oh, this is great. We're here all night, so take your time. Anyone else? Oh,
Shelby, my older daughter, who's here tonight.
hi, Laura.
Got and we're here. We have been here a long time, so we're really excited to be here. But Shelby got her learner's permit, and that was a big. That written test was a big.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. That's very exciting. When my daughter passed that, I was like, yes, 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 very exciting. I saw another hand. Carrie.
I just finished teaching 2 weeks of fashion camp, and I left behind 22 very joyous children and families, and it really made me feel
Oh,
great to see them so happy.
I love that. Very nice. Thank you for doing that. Really great. All right. Oh, hello, Dr. Barkin.
Hello, Rabbi Lauren. I am Hospital in Richmond.
Yes,
I really
amazing.
want to celebrate Micah. I want to celebrate everything that this community has done for our family. Judaism is Micah for us. We call Micah Judaism the musical.
That's pretty funny.
Oh, that is so fabulous. I think on that note, well, oh, no, Anne, did you have your hand up? You were just going for a head scratch.
I want
Okay.
to bring Rachel Dubin.
Oh, Rachel,
Will you come up and sing with me, Rachel Dubin?
come on up. Thank you, everyone, for sharing. Micah the musical will now commence. The intermission is over.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom Hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom Hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim Ufros aleinu Sukkot shlomecha v'hoshienu l'man shemecha. Help us to know that you're near, that your presence is here. Let us lie down in peace every night. And when we rise in the day, keep us sheltered, we pray. Guide us, God, with your love and your light. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, Hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, Hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim.
Thank you, Rachel Dubin. So, Vishamru is the prayer that reminds us that keeping Shabbat is a commandment. I think there is no greater adherence to Judaism than being on your honeymoon and coming to Shabbat services while your kids are at camp. That is the ultimate expression of Vishamru. Please sing with us.
Asaronai, Asaronai, et hashamayim v'et haaretz. Uvayom hashvi Shabbat, Shabbat, vayinafash. Beini uvein bnei Yisrael, od hi leolam. Beini uvein bnei Yisrael, od hi leolam.
Please rise.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu. Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'Zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'Nehem, L'mat Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Michayei HaKol Atah Rav L'Hoshia, Milchalkel Chayim B'Chesed, Michayei HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rochech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umakayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Milchamocha Ba'al Givurot, Umido Melach, Melech Meimit Umachaye Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechaye hakol Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh U'kudoshim b'chol yom yalalucha salah Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
These next few moments are for your own silent prayer, meditations of the heart, and please find your seat when you're ready. think of those in our community who are in need of healing. Specifically, we mention the names of Wayne Ritt and Abdelghane Barre. But as my hand moves around the room, please share the names of those you are thinking of.
Mel Hirsch.
Ken Eisenberg. Sally Woods. Judy
Please join us in our prayer for healing.
For the hurt of body and of soul, for the suffering and pain, as you heal the ones who came before, may you heal us just the same. רפואת הנפש והגוף אל נא רפאנה, רפאנו רפואת הנפש והגוף אל נא רפאנה, רפאנו אדוני רפואה שלמה. For the hurt of body and of soul, for the suffering and pain, as you heal the ones who came before, may you heal us just the same. As you heal the ones who came before, may you heal us just the same.
Imagine the following. You are driving ever so slightly above the speed limit. You see a police car in your rearview mirror. You slow down. You know perfectly well that it's wrong to exceed the speed limit, whether anyone is watching or not, but being human, the likelihood of being found out and penalized makes a big difference. Recently, a series of experiments has been conducted by psychologists to test the impact of the sense of being observed on pro-social behavior. 3 social scientists constructed a test to see whether a feeling of anonymity made a difference. They randomly assigned to a group of students either sunglasses or clear glasses, telling them that they were testing reactions to a new product line. They were also, in an apparently unrelated task, given $6 and a chance of sharing any of it with a stranger. Now, those wearing clear glasses gave on average about $2.70, while those wearing sunglasses gave an average of $1.80. The mere fact of wearing dark glasses and thus feeling unrecognized and unrecognizable reduced generosity. I can tell Dr. Barkin is interested. In another experiment, they found that students given the opportunity to cheat in a test were more likely to do so in a dimly lit room than in a brightly lit room. The more we think we may be observed, the more moral and generous we become. Now, 2 other social scientists, that's my way of saying I couldn't pronounce everyone's names, so I'm just saying social scientists, tested students on the so-called dictator game, in which you are given, say, $10, together with the opportunity of sharing any or none of it with an anonymous stranger. Beforehand, and without realizing it was part of the experiment, some of the students were briefly shown a pair of eyes as a computer screensaver, while others saw a different image. Those exposed to the eyes gave 55% more to the stranger than the others. And in another study, researchers placed a coffee maker in a university hallway. Passers-by could take coffee and leave money in the box. On some weeks, a poster with watchful eyes was hanging on the wall nearby. On others, a picture of flowers. On the weeks where the eyes were displayed, people left an average of 2.76 times as much money as at other times. The arrived at conclusions is that watched people are nice people. This is part of what makes religion a force for honest and altruistic behavior, because the belief that God sees what we do. Forget the whole God is an idea thing I said earlier. We're going to go with this. Voltaire once said that whatever his personal views on the matter, he wanted his butler and other servants to believe in God, because then he would be cheated less. Less obvious is the experimental finding that what makes the difference to the way we behave is not simply what we believe, but rather the fact of being reminded of it. In one test, participants were exposed to words flashed for less than 100 milliseconds. That is, long enough to be detected by the brain, but not long enough for conscious awareness. They were then given a test in which they had the opportunity to cheat. Those who had been shown words relating to God were significantly less likely to do so than people who had been shown neutral words. The same result was yielded by another test in which beforehand, some of the participants were asked to recall the 10 Commandments, while others were asked to remember the last 10 books they had read. Merely being reminded of the 10 Commandments reduced the tendency to cheat. Another researcher surveyed the willingness of Christians to give to online charitable appeals. The response was 300% greater if the appeal was made on a Sunday than on any other day of the week. Clearly, the participants did not change their minds about religious beliefs or the importance of charitable giving between weekdays and Sundays. It was just that on Sundays, they were more likely to have thought about God. A similar test was carried out among Muslims in Morocco, where it was found that people were more likely to give generously to charity if they lived in a place where they could hear the call to prayer from a local minaret. The conclusion is that religion is more in the situation than in the person. Or, to put it another way, what makes the difference to our behavior is less what we believe than the phenomenon of being reminded, even subconsciously, of what we believe. And this is precisely the psychology behind the mitzvah of tzitzit in this week's Torah portion. Moses instructs the Israelites to wear tzitzit on the corners of their garments throughout the generations. Each fringe is to include a patil techelet, a blue thread. As for the purpose of the tzitzit, Moses tells the people, look at it, the fringe, and recall all the commandments of God and observe them so that you do not follow your heart and eyes in your lustful urge. Thus you shall be reminded to observe all my commandments. The mitzvah to wear tzitzit is considered so important by the rabbis who composed the first prayers of the synagogue that they included it as one of the 4 paragraphs recited each morning and evening after the Shema. It's part of the fuller Ve'ahavta. We don't recite it as part of our prayers, but it's part of the original. And why is this? Because early rabbinic commentators held that when Jews looked upon the tzitzit, they are reminded of the commandments, and looking leads to remembering them, and remembering them leads to doing them. The tzitzit function as a powerful symbol stimulating Jewish behavior. And as Americans, we have other visual reminders of what we value and what we believe. The American flag is one such symbol. It's why we fly it on the pole outside of our front doors here at Micah. As imperfect as we may feel our country to be at any given time, most of us, I hope, recognize all that the flag represents in the way of freedom and dignity and a hopeful future for all citizens. It does that for me. And it reminds me that I must be a responsible citizen, standing for and advocating for the ideals upon which this nation was founded, even if they are all yet to be realized. The Israeli flag that hangs on our pole is no different, and so too with our rainbow flag, the one which signals to all who pass through our front doors that we are an affirming, welcoming, and inclusive community. Not just to those of varying sexual orientation and identity, but to the splendid variety of all humanity in the way of skin color, economic ability, the diversity of learning needs, language, and so on. That rainbow flag on our pole is indeed a symbol of pride, the movement to honor the dignity of all people, regardless of sexual identity or orientation, but it's so much more than that. Really, that rainbow is a reminder of who we are at the core as a sacred community. A place where we lower the bar as low as it goes to walk through the door, and then lift it as high as the heavens in the way of content and quality of community once inside. When God gifted the rainbow to Noah, it was a symbol of a promise that God would never again destroy the earth, that God would never again neglect the responsibility to care and love for humanity. And that rainbow flag outside our door is Micah's reminder and promise to do the very same. For those inside our congregation and those we encounter via our efforts at social justice and involvement in the greater Nashville community. God did indeed promise, and we humans seem to have our own unique ways of mucking things up and being not so great to one another. But here's the thing. As Jews, we refuse to be held down even in the midst of our grief or anxiety, in case any of you have felt either of those emotions at some point today. Pride. That rainbow flag outside our front doors is a message of hope against despair. It's a reminder that when all things seem hopeless, we hold out hope anyway in the form of action. And I also think that the rainbow colors of the pride flag are a reminder that we have a choice every day about how we orient ourselves to the world around us. After my father died, my mother refused to wear black for many, many years, opting instead for bright colors. I think she felt it was a reminder that she was still alive and she had a lot to live for, a lot to be grateful for, even in the midst of her grief. She still loves to buy brightly colored clothes, lots of them. We are a hopeful people. Despite the crap that's been hurled our way throughout the ages, we can wear black and recall all the tragedies of our history. Or we can wave the rainbow flag and be reminded that we are lucky to be alive, to be part of this thriving community, and to recognize the divinity in each one of us despite our differences. Tomorrow, some of you will join Julie Greenberg and myself. You will march in the Pride Parade and come to the festival downtown. I hope you will come by and say hello. Affirming the divinity in every person is intrinsic to who we are at Micah. And that flag outside our door is both a reminder to us as members of the community and a signal to our guests that we are created B'Tselem Elohim in God's image. and like the music gifted to us over the past 25 years by the one and only Lisa Silver. So colorful and spiritually enriching week in and week out, our celebration of God and its reflection in all people is varied and brilliantly colorful. May the rainbow flag be a lasting reminder to us on this Shabbat and on all our days going forward. Shabbat Shalom.
We are made in the image of God, each one of us, but B'Tselem Elohim. We are made in the image of God, each one of us, but B'Tselem Elohim. In every person's heart there is a divine spark. He and she and they and you and I. All beings of the earth are of infinite worth, all equal in the eyes of Adonai. In every person's heart there is a divine spark. He and she and they and you and I. All beings of the earth are of infinite worth, all equal in the eyes of Adonai. We are made in the image of God, each one of us, B'Tselem Elohim. We are made in the image of God, each one of us, B'Tselem Elohim. Each one of us, B'Tselem Elohim.
Shabbat Shalom. So it's been kind of a beautiful long farewell tour, but we have a last few little tributes and then a blessing that we have to offer this wonderful woman. There are many days I wake up and I think, thank God she dropped out of the University of Michigan School of Music and grabbed her fiddle and came to Nashville, Tennessee. We're going to start just with this. We put this out on social media, and it's just a final little tribute we got for her. Miss Lisa Silver, we are forever grateful to you, and we will continue to sing your praises and feel your presence. And we wish you nothing but goodness and compassion on your way. Your name will forever be exalted, certainly here at Congregation Micah. We love you, and we'll miss you. Okay. 16 years ago, on this pulpit right here, my daughter was 4 months old. She's 16 now. She's sitting here in the community out here. And you gave her a name, a Hebrew name, and you blessed her. And so we want to do a few things. First, we have a gift for you. It's a pretty box. It says Notes for Lisa. And if you open it inside, go ahead and you just open inside. There are both notes from all the congregants and all the people's lives you've touched. And that little flash drive there has not only these pictures, but the whole tribute concert that we did with you and for you, and a whole bunch of every picture we could find again.
And it's engraved. How cute is that?
The truth of the matter is that what you have taught us is that words fall short. And while I try to use them as best as I can to make people feel things, what you do with your voice and your body and your music brings people to a spiritual place that it's beyond really description. It's why they say words can't describe it. So we're going to use ancient words, and we're going to put you below the talus. Come over here. You've done this a lot of times with us. May God bless you on your journeys and keep you safe. May God's face be lifted to you, and may you share that smile. May God's presence be with you, and may you share your presence with us sometimes too. We love you. Everybody says, Amen. You want me to sing Aleinu?
I really didn't think I'd get all choked up, but that blessing, it really kind of makes you get choked up. So I'm not going to give a long speech. I'm hoping you've all read what I wrote in the Messenger. This is your reminder that you should read the Messenger because it's really good.
Thank you.
And I have been saying goodbye for the last 14 months, so I figure that's enough already. But I do want to say thank you to all of you here at Congregation Micah. I'm so glad to see my daughter and her husband here. That means a lot to me that they're here tonight. But thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my talents with you, to develop new skills, to continue learning, and to do something I truly love to do, which is to create and sing beautiful music. Thank you for sharing your children and your grandchildren with me. Thank you for always making me feel that I have contributed something worthwhile to this wonderful community. And I have no doubt that Micah's musical legacy will carry on beautifully with Cantor Josh Goldberg. I was thinking the other day that 20 years is a pretty long time, and my car has been coming here almost every Friday night for the past 20 years. So it might be like a homing pigeon. I might end up driving here without even knowing where I'm going. So don't be surprised if you see me here sometime when you and I least expect it. But in the meantime, may you all continue to participate in and enjoy this unique and special place. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. That's very sweet. And we're already standing for Aleinu. How convenient is that?
I know, don't sit down. We're going to be standing for Aleinu. I am so excited to also get to work with Cantor Goldberg, and I'm just thinking about that end of Yom Kippur where we're delirious and we don't even know what language comes out of our mouth. I hope that's going to be okay with Cantor Goldberg too. All right, we really don't know what happens then. Okay. Who would like to come forward and open the Ark doors? Avery's for sure. Anybody else want to come? All right.
Would Olivia like to come?
All right, Olivia. Yeah, Derek. Come on down.
Okay. That's all. You go. You do it. Yay.
Wait, we have 2 more coming.
Aleinu l'shabek l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula liotzer b'reshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzon, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anavnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
We honor those whose yortzites fall on this Shabbat. Dominic A. Bonamolu, Dr. Morton Beltzer, Elena Marie Stone, Elton Russ, Florence Waters, Henry Greenberg, Kenneth Ocker, Miriam Kern Hecht, Mitchell Lakes, Richard Adelson, Robert Carlin, Robin Waters, Ruth Ritt, Saul Lerner, Sean Spira, Stuart Rothenstein, Wendy Koplow Cantor. We also think of Arnold Levy and continue mourning for Norman Heyman, Stephen Cooper, Evelyn Richmond, Arnold Hyatt, Walter Stern, T.J. Cohen, Marvin Oakes, Rabbi Stephen Sager, Father Joseph Breen, B.B. Weinstein, George Hahn, Jerry Glick, and Susan Ruckman. If I neglected to mention a name, please include that name at this time. Thank you. Yikadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, ve'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehe shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam olmei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shemei dekudashah barichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tu shvechata v'nechemata, da'amiram be'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may the memories of our loved ones be for us all a blessing. I just have a few announcements before we make a kiddush together, so stay exactly where you are. Torah study, of course, tomorrow morning at 9. Micah Minis tomorrow morning at 9:30. That does require an RSVP, so we can give you the very secretive location of where it's taking place. It's taking place at a family's home, and so if you have not RSVP'd and you want to join us, just let me know. Nashville Pride starts tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Please come to the Jewish Community booth and find us there. You can sign up online. I think it's like $5 to enter the festival each day. Mahjong always at 12:30 on Tuesdays. Schmooze and Views at 10:30 on Thursdays. Next Friday, we hope that you will join us as we welcome Cantor Josh Goldberg and his amazing wife, Andrea Goldberg. And we are going to have a Shabbat dinner following the service, so please join us. We need you to RSVP so we have enough food. You know we don't like to not have enough food. It's just a thing. Sports trivia will be Tuesday, July 12th at 10:30. And all sorts of other good stuff happening on our website, so don't forget to go there every single day. All right, let's make a kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pari hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher
Asher kitshanu v'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron le'maseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lamikra'e kodesh zecher letziyat Mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
L'chaim and Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
1, 2, 3. Oh, say shalom b'mamav. Oh, yeah, say shalom.